Thank you, Ahmad. Just like Ahmad, I'm helping Almond to get all the information from our booths in Barcelona and Paris and to try to boost Giveth's metric from the Retro BGF side. And I'm starting to slowly gather the content for the newsletter. I will probably share that very soon. Not still probably by the end of the week because it's still pretty early, but I'm starting to look at the projects that got verified like in this month and all of that. But more on that probably soon. And I will pass it to Ashley.
Thanks, Ana Maria. As far as comms goes, I've been working on some campaign content that I made some issues for. Maybe just to check in on that. I think it's waiting for a QF to be over before it goes out, but I think it's scheduled. And talking with project owners about like kind of these videos and just checking in on that. I think that's also kind of in the same place, waiting for QF to be over before we start publishing some more of this content. Yeah, and maybe just like trying to develop a better relationship with comms and communitas together, like working with Almond and um, just trying to make things a little bit more smooth in the way that we work together and support each other. Um, what else? Streaming this call. I think that's really mostly most of my calm stuff. So I'll stop taking everybody else's time and I will pass it to Mitch.
What is the prompt? What is the prompt? See if I could load it here. Well, I'm just here to listen in as always and jump in when there's something that I think I can comment on. I'm very just interested mostly in what's going on here related to the DAP goals. What are you guys working with? QF outreach, Octant outreach, and just get some ideas how we can carry on the discussion around partnerships and donor relations, which we talked about briefly during the DAP call. And I'll pass it on to Sorbi, did you go?
I haven't. Thank you, Mitch. So a couple of things happening. Was busy for quite a lot of time for the outreach with the projects, outreach of the donors, drafting some comms. Beside that, today I spend most of my day on just, getting the visuals done and uploading the SEO landing pages. I also have the draft of the impact report ready. I will start sharing details of that from tomorrow onwards and get the visuals ready by the next comms call. What else? What else am I missing on? Yes, like Givebacks distribution round graphic is done. I've shared that for review. Once I get that, I will start putting that out in the cadence of 2 weeks. This week Meet the Maker. So Nicola is away for 3 weeks, so I've started taking over the effort of Meet the Maker.
God. Yeah.
And partners and the projects sort of narrative, the storytelling bits, and then in the same vein, working with Surabhi on an idea for I think Surabhi can talk about more of this later, but the givebacks round featuring some good content from projects that I'll be able to solicit at sorry, this is terrible. All right, never doing this again. Driving and talking, illegal. Yeah, last point. Lost my train of thought. I'll pass it back to Almond.
Thanks, Suga. We can pass it to, I believe, Kotabe.
Yeah, everyone. Just here to sync up, maybe talk a little bit of Octant, and hear everyone else. Those are my intentions. Distractions, I am working on a grant. And that's it. I'll pass it to Mitch.
I went already. Maybe Jake?
Yep, I'm late. Working on standard comm stuff. Have a couple calls this week with potential partners. Working on Octant outreach with Kotabe. And there's a couple other things that I'm probably missing because I just got off of a call with Griff. Distractions, just got off a call with Griff. And passing it back to you, Alman. I don't know who's left.
Lauren.
God. Yes. Oh my God, I wasn't on mute that whole time. Jeez, I was like, anyway, opening tabs. My intentions for the call are really just to like sync up. And I mean, mainly I'm interested in the retro PGF thing. I really need to write that tweet thread today. I just have like so many things that always take so much time. So I want to really get that tweet thread out today so that we can start doing the marketing campaign with the retro PGF submissions like are on Monday. Other than that, just like want to know like the priorities for like things that I need to review, like any stuff I'm missing for like Octant or for like the rest of the QF round. I think QF round is fine, but I think Octant we still are like missing some content, or maybe there's stuff that I'm missing. So that's it. And then otherwise, I'm just kind of distracted by trying to finalize this hoodie order for Dev Connect and pass it to, I guess, Almond.
Thanks. Cool. Great to hear everyone stand up. So I think that I have the items that everyone mentioned here, starting with the Retro PGF paid campaign. I believe that's our priority. So for some context, we're going to run a paid campaign on Twitter with some of the efforts that we've been doing, that we've done with optimism, targeting strategic optimism people, and also to raise up our stats of optimism donations and get more projects with an OP address. On that, we need first to gather these stats. So, Lauren, whenever you have some time today, I added here the tweets, the most important ones that I found, because honestly, there were some tweets that were like, not really relevant about our work with optimism. So I added the 5 campaigns that we have had with optimism. And then I added the relevant tweets as well as the Twitter spaces that we have hosted about optimism too. So yeah, if you can check that out and add your feedback, you think that those are good enough, or if I should change something or add something else. Then about Retro PGF, I already talked with Ana Maria. She provided some inputs on that. Go ahead, Amat. You want to mention something on this?
Yeah, just about like the paid campaign. So how we were thinking of doing it was instead of having one single thread, we'll have a lot of like different like posts that we'll have in the campaign. So then when we target people with this paid campaign, they'll see them at random kind of. And that's like the best way to run this kind of campaign. Like instead of just having one like mega thread, we put like all of the messages separately. So like that's what the context is of this.
Yes, that's still the idea. Lauren suggested she wants to create a thread with all this info, and then I'll just create separate tweets from there. So, Ahmad, if you agree, we can try to promote the thread, but also the separate tweets that I will do after having Lauren's content. So that's the idea. Are we okay with that? Do you feel this is a good way to move forward?
I mean, I guess it depends how we do it. I mean, I think a thread is good, like to boost if we have everything in one thread. But like the way that ads work on Twitter, if you like have a thread, then like most people wouldn't see all of the content of the thread. They'll just see the first one because most people won't like view all of them. So it's better if you just want visibility on like all of the like messages that we want to get out. It's better if they're separate. One thing that we could do though is we could also have them just as ads, so they wouldn't like show on the timeline. They would just be an ad. So like like it wouldn't be apparent if someone goes on our timeline, like they wouldn't see them, but they're just like also separate ads as well. So so they would like only like be shown if they're like in like the target audience of the ad, basically.
Got it. With this in mind, Lauren, then maybe we can do things. Maybe you can help me with the stats that are missing here on the doc that I shared, and then I can just create separate standalone, tweets for us following Matt's recommendations, or maybe between you and I we can split and create separate tweets, and then if you still want to create this thread, we can just post that one on our timeline as content that I think that it would be useful as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still, I mean, it's just the same amount of work. Like, I think it makes sense to put out a thread that badge holders like would see if they went to our Giveth profile, and during the voting period, we have it pinned to our profile. Like we did that in previous rounds, and I think that it's like nice to have like one central place where all the information is. But yeah, like not to use the thread for the paid campaigns, and it's just the same amount of work. Like we put it all together in one thing, and then we have all the separate ones that we send out for the paid campaign.
Gotcha. Definitely. Okay. So let's do this thread, and then I will just create like the separate tweets as the original plan. I think that you're right. That was the original idea anyway. So hopefully we will have that ready today, and then maybe you and I can get together to run this tomorrow, and that would give us a week and a half for these to run. Okay. Anything else regarding this that I'm missing that we should consider?
So, like, do we have a list of the badge holders yet?
Yeah, we have one that's not complete. Griff was working on that one, and I believe it has like 30. I think that we can kick off with those. What do you think? 30 would be enough, or is
yeah, that's enough to start. Yeah.
Okay. Still, I will remind Griff maybe to support us on that, because that's really important. But I think to start that would be enough. Cool. Well, that's for the paid campaign. And then I added this issue regarding the OPQF donors outreach that we have been talking around on our chat, of send this message to donors. I believe that there were some maybe clarifications that we need to do regarding these donors outreach. So maybe, Surbi, do you want to update us on how are you doing on that?
This question the chat yesterday, how exactly should I do that, because there is hardly any contact information. So we have the email IDs updated for all the donors, but because I was told that you already Ahmed already had some email planned in the pipeline to be sent out, so I was not. So no email is sent from my end. But I started sending these as DMs on Twitter. But there are very few people whose Twitter handles are updated. So I wanted to check on this call. Do we have any information at all? Twitter handles, Telegram handles, or anything else where we can reach out. So yeah, I mean, also Lauren mentioned yesterday there are a couple of different databases or Excel sheets floating around, or she has. Then I can also do this effort to really clean it up, because even if not in this particular round, I think it will be helpful at least for the second round, which is Octant, which is like very close, and then we have Polygon. So I think we really need to have this entire sheet really sorted, which I was talking about in the Communitas call as well, with all the contact information of donors and projects updated.
I would cross-reference any type of information you have or contact information with our CRM, HubSpot. Any type of donor outreach I've done in the past, I put all the contact information into HubSpot. If Kotabe's got any of the Excel sheets for OP, Octant, or anybody has anything like that, definitely make sure to cross-reference with HubSpot. And if you send me your preferred email, I can get you into HubSpot, because I don't think you've been added, Serbi. So just DM me which one you prefer, what email address.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jake. I'll just do that right away. Thank you.
And just to clarify, though, we do have all of the donors in autopilot, so we do have their emails. But I think if you want to target people that are not donors, then we would need to use HubSpot or something else. So, like people that are not in our database, we would look at the CRM system. Yeah.
So, Emma, on your point, I already have the list. So, Lauren provided that list with the email database. I have emails of all the donors, but because there is already some email planned in the pipeline to be sent out, which is why I am not, sending out the one that I have drafted.
Okay.
So, I'm using that only for personal outreaches on social media platforms.
I'm not sure which email was in the pipeline, but I think that was last week. But for this week, we can send out an email. So if we want to send out like one final email for the QF round, I think that's fine. So we could send that out this week. Yeah.
Can we do that?
We have already one, Matt, that was drafted here that I was going to ask you to send. So that right here is reminding people to donate on the Optimism QF round. And then this effort that Surbi is mentioning, the original idea was to do something that was not email, because we are already doing email campaigns. So we wanted to strengthen the effort with some maybe DM outreach, Telegram, or other channels.
Okay, that makes sense. Did you look at the list of people on like maybe like other channels? Like on like you could message people on Discord or like Telegram, for example. Like there's like a lot of people there, so maybe start there. Also, there was a tool that we had before. I'm not sure if we still have it. It's maybe Ashley knows about it. It's a tool that it like had all of the details of the people that are on Discord. It was like a database tool. I forgot what it was called, like Orbit or something like that. Yeah, I forgot what it's called, Ashley, but maybe you know.
We do have the Orbit account, and that's like everybody that's in our Discord. The thing, though, is I don't know if we can connect them that way to their project, or whether they're like, there's not really any way to see whether they're a donor or a project donor or anything like that. It was more so just like community engagement on social media that we could look at. But I'll look. I'll take a look in there and see if there's anything useful.
Yeah, I already sent Serby the. I mean, we were using spreadsheets before for like outreach with the Give Economy launch and Give Power launch and stuff like that. It's just totally a mess. But I just put it in the chat and I sent it as well to Serby so she can get started as well with that.
Yeah, it seems like we have lists here and there. So as I think, again, the original idea was try to get all these lists and try to put it in one list and do outreach efforts, not email, but more DMing and more of the things that Elgin support us with. So maybe Sur would be great if you can check these lists that Lauren sent you and also maybe cross-check with what Jake has. And then just create maybe one database, one source of truth in which we have the donors' information, Twitter, Telegram, and all these DMing channels. So yeah. Go ahead, Surabhi.
Yeah, I was saying I've received it from Lauren. I will work on this tomorrow morning. I'll start cleaning this up. But meanwhile, if you find any other lists as well, which you want me to clean up, I'm happy to do that. So send across. Yeah.
Thank you. And then I think that maybe Suga and Elgin can support you because it sounds like we have a lot of lists.
Yep.
Okay, so moving on to our Optimism QF. Just want to make sure that we are not missing anything. So this is the email that we should send to Matt that's already reviewed by Lauren. And then the tweets are complete for the entire round. So communications are complete. Elgin is managing Instagram to keep updated. Is there anything missing from comms regarding the Optimism QF? I'll take that as a no. Oh, okay, go ahead, Laura.
Yeah, sorry. I don't think that there's anything else for QF unless, like, I mean, you know, the outreach that Serby wants to do to donors. But then other than that, we got tons of Twitter content. So as long as, like, and maybe Alcine can repurpose for Instagram. And yeah, and then, you know, we'll need to do a little bit of comms after the round of like, okay, now we're like sending out the funds and where to see them and the post about unique donors, but that stuff can come, you know, after Monday.
Okay. Great. Cool. Then let's talk about the Epoch 1 campaign. So wanted to check on all the issues that we have for this because I think that we have a lot of issues. Some of them are duplicates. So we have this one campaign to claim GLM, reminder for Epoch 0 voters before October 6th. That already passed. So I guess it would be the email 3, last day October 18. Are we still planning on sending this email? This is a question for Kotabe, Lauren, Jake.
You know, we could send an email out to people to like claim their GLM. You know, honestly, at this point, like the voting window opens on Thursday, so it's like that's the end of, you know, like people who stake today are really not going to have much voting power. But like letting them know that they have this GLM and getting them to claim it now and stake it, then they'll get prepared for future rounds. So it's like sending an email like tomorrow or today is the only way I think like this would be. We'd have to send it today or tomorrow and basically just say like claim your GLM, stake it, you set yourself up for like good stuff in the future. Yeah, it was super low effort, but yeah, I don't know. It would intersect with our other QF email.
That was exactly my take.
Yeah, me too. That we have an email tomorrow. Go ahead, Ahmed.
I mean, but like the JLM list, it's a smaller subset list, right? It's not the whole donor list. So it's fine to send them a separate
much
email.
Smaller. Actually, we have a spreadsheet that has the people that have not claimed, and we are we already have started doing like one-on-one outreach. I probably more like 10 to 20 people have claimed, and we are focusing also on the people that voted for Giveth, because we know on that spreadsheet who voted for Giveth with more than 10% of their voting power. So that's the people that we have outreach so far. So that could absolutely substitute the emails. The only thing is that we have some people that we don't know how to contact them that did voted for Giveth. And I had like there's some crazy idea of maybe send them an NFT recognizing them or saying, hey, thanks for voting for Giveth. By the way, you have like 1,000 GLM that you can claim on Octant. But yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about that? It could feel spammy and a bit odd. I know that I got an NFT from like someone that probably is not Rocket Pool, saying that I had like RPL airdrop, and I was like, oh, this is a scam. So I think that we should be careful with that. But I had like some suggestion in an issue, and I tagged Mitch for feedback and Lauren. I don't know how you feel about that.
Oh, well, I'd love to comment on the issue. I mean, I'm not sure that this is, well, I don't know if it makes sense to do it at this point, because like, I don't know, do you get notifications when people give you NFTs? Because I never see it. And I know that they go into like a weird dark place of OpenSea. And like, I'm not really sure that, like, I think if we send an email to our list, it makes more sense and we'll get in front of people faster than if we like spend effort today and tomorrow to try to get this NFT, like, you know, before Thursday morning. It just seems crazy. But I don't know, you know, maybe there's something I don't understand, but that's what I put in the issue.
Yeah, I had the same thought, and that's what I said. I don't think it's like a good idea. It just gets put in like a spam section of OpenSea. Nobody will know that they get the NFT. They'll go to OpenSea. They'll probably never see it unless they look in their junk folder.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, now with MetaMask, you do have like a tab with NFTs. That's where I saw it. But I do agree that that's fair. Like, so the people that we have on our contacts and our databases on ENS, we are already reaching out to them. So that is being done.
Cool. And the important question would be, who can draft this email for today, for the next 2 hours? Well, maybe not 2 hours, but I noticed that we are having some issues creating this epoch content because it's very specific, it's kind of technical, and it's not very easy to explain. So we are having a challenge in that. Someone can take on this, write this email.
Or, I mean, just building on what Ahmad said, that the subset of people that can actually claim their ELM is way smaller, and we actually have it identified. Maybe instead of the email, if there's someone that can access the database. I have some names that are on our database, but I don't have any contact from them. And if I can just see if there's any contact of these people, that will be great. I just don't know where to look for it.
Yeah, I can help with that. Just let me know who you want to look up.
Cool. I'll make a short list and I'll DM you.
And then, what you want to do now is send just one-to-one messages?
Yes.
I mean, okay.
Understood. So no email. Okay. And then Lauren already drafted one tweet reminding people to log their GLM. And then we need tweets encouraging people to vote. Either Steve or myself, we can do this. Maybe I can do that again, just because it's very technical, this epoch thing. And I believe that's it, right? From comms. I think that there's another email issue that I saw to vote for Giveth. Is that something that we want to still do? the email for the allocation window?
That one I would say definitely. Like we should send an email when the allocation window opens. Well, it's like we want to get the email to people who we know have GLM tokens. So I don't know if maybe Katabe could make like a short list if he's kind of like already knows like who's accessing that, or if that's some way we can get information. But yeah, I think like letting people know when the allocation window starts and like a couple days before it ends, being like, last chance to vote, we really appreciate your support. Like same kind of structure as the tweets that we're doing would make sense.
Oh.
Yeah, I can do that. It's very easy. I just need to download again the subset, the from Etherscan, the people that have staked on the Octant contract, and update it on the spreadsheet, and then we'll have the people that are there. I will do it maybe late tomorrow, so we have the information of who to send this email that is the most updated when the allocation window starts. And then the other thing will be to have an email drafted before that, so that it's just knowing who is our target audience.
Yeah, and I think that like we're making a tweet thread and we're making an email. We don't need to like reinvent the wheel. We could just make like one thing and then turn the other, like make the other one out of it,
Okay. So noted on that, Kotabe will work on this list, and then we should prepare this email. Would be great if maybe Kotabe or maybe Kotabe, maybe myself, we can write that email so we have time to review it and make sure the information is clear. Cool. And then next on the list is this PowDump donation proposal comms that I saw that Kotabe made. As I understand, it's just like a tweet saying thanks to PowDump. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding this correctly.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's pretty much it. They drafted something, kind of like some ideas that they would like to get through, and then we can voice them in our own tone. I added the links there. And then right now there's also a forum, so we can also invite people to the forum to say if they feel that their donation will go 100% to Giveth, or there was also a proposal to send part of it to cow grants. But I think really even people from cow swap, they said that when they expected to have more fees, but since it's only 2.53 ETH, I think like part of the feedback that we have gotten is let's donate it all. So we can just invite people to make their voice be heard on the cow swap forum. That's it. Like ideally, it should be something that is like low effort.
Okay, so just one tweet saying, "Hey, thanks PowDump for donating to our matching pool. Check out this forum post." That's it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they have not donated. They will donate based on the forum post, and once that goes to Snapshot and the cow DAO pass it, I think it's just like the process, but there should not be any issue. So yeah, we have these to get these donations from PowDump to the Giveth matching pool. That's it.
It would not be better to wait for the donation to be made and then draft the tweet?
Well, on the draft, what they want is also to encourage people to kind of like go into the forum and make their voice be heard.
Okay. Okay, got it. So maybe better just one tweet saying, "Hey, come and check these forum posts," or something like that. Okay, I will try
Yeah,
to work on this today and try to get this out as soon as possible. Then next on the list is a Polygon QF round. I know for anyone that's interested, we have an epic here with all the issues regarding at least the first ones, and wondering, this is a question for Lauren. I know that we aligned on last week or the week before last week, but should we start working on something on this list? Should I prioritize something on this list?
Yeah, I think let's prioritize it next week after the retro PGF push, just so that we can keep our energy focused, because none of that's going to be needed until maybe late next week or even the beginning of November.
Perfect. That's great. Remember to make your memes. That's always useful for these things. The memes for the Optimism QF round, they were very successful. So that's something that we should think always. Nice. Glad to hear that we can start next week. And then just to make sure that I keep track and I don't forget, we have these 3 issues here: the Colorado Multiversity, Mycelia, and the Perfect Villages issues for Giveth Maker Spotlight before and after. So that's here. Okay, this is not the right link. This is here, Ashley, already. So the 2 that you sent first, they are done. They are already scheduled, and then we can start working on these 3. After the QF round ends, also the Giveth Makers videos will start getting out. We have 6, I believe, 7 videos. Those are ready too. So we will start seeing those and also these campaigns. I think this is a great effort. So if you would just want to keep opening issues, we can work on the content and start scheduling. It's very helpful for us. Anything else that you want to add? Okay, I think that you're cool. Nice. And then let's go with that marketing, because I know that Mitch and Survi mentioned this in their stand-up. So we had our call today. Mitch has its DAP call today. Regarding the impact report, I see that Surbi posted a first approach here, and I would really love for people to check it out. I'm going to paste the link here in the chat and give your feedback, give your comment. This is meant to go out bi-monthly, ideally, because sometimes rounds could be 3 a month or 1 a month. It depends, right? But ideally, bi-monthly, sorry. Yeah, so someone had any comments on this first draft? This first graphic?
Donations. I was curious of if you should put the amount in give tokens or the dollar value. The amount of give tokens will just be higher, that's all. Be a bigger number.
That's an interesting point. Oh, sure. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's higher, but it also, I mean, for people that like don't know what give is, I mean, this is, I don't know. Okay. I think it's impressive to show a dollar amount. I mean, maybe
Also,
we could include both.
Sorry. Also, it's apple to apple comparison, right? So when you are seeing 4,600 donation and basis that you're seeing like 3,000 worth of give backs, that's a very impressive number. So you can really compare instantly. If you put give backs, that comparison will not really happen. So yeah.
Both those points make sense. That's fine.
Were you gonna say something, maintainer?
I think we both said both at the same time.
Ah, yeah, true.
Okay. So my understanding is that we are okay with these to start getting out for each givebacks round. And Ashley, do you have any observations? My only observation is that maybe we can change this donate, change lives, earn rewards. Do people like this? Maybe want to hear
I
your
think there's
thoughts.
something more, I don't want to say generic, but I think there's content copy that we already use that can fit here, you know? Because this is Change Lives is a new one, you know?
Yes, absolutely. So I was just working on some sort of, these one-liners or phrases we can use. But Almond, sure, open to suggestions. You can just let me know.
Okay, I can send you options, but I will just use maybe the usual building the future of giving or things that we have used in the past. Then Ahmad is saying here, we need to add 1,000 comma on the big numbers. Oh, here. So Survi, we should change that. Maybe change the slogan.
And finally, this section here at the bottom, you're going to add in some project updates, or what's the text here going to be?
Yes. So 2 project updates, some sort of quick 2, 3, 4-liner updates. So me and Suga are already working on that and talking to 2 projects.
Okay. And you want to do this every 2 weeks? I thought we were going to not do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
The same.
No, last time we decided right, so it will not be good to really put out just the numbers. So at least 1 update is good. So if we will have 2, we will put 2. If we have 1, we will put 1. But we actually thought about this a lot. Every 2 weeks, having 1 update is very reasonable. So I think we can aim for that.
Okay. Yeah, 1 update, fine. Just don't break your head trying to talk to projects every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. And then just for us to keep these ball rolling, Surbi, I will appreciate that as soon as last fixes are done, then you can create the issues every round, maybe with Ashley, or just to make sure that someone is creating and doing the for me to post to them.
Yes, absolutely. So every 2 weeks, I will keep a tab on this and start putting this out on a regular interval. So don't worry on that. And now that it's approved, I will do the fixes tomorrow itself and put this for review.
Nice. This is great. Perfect. Then Surbi, up to you. What do you want to discuss next? Marketing campaigns, SEO, homepage.
Quickly give you update on what's really done. So on the SEO front, so graphics are done for so we are ready with 7 pages content. So graphics are done for 3 pages, and I have uploaded all those 3 pages on Medium. I have sent it to Almond for review. Once it's she gives me a go ahead, I'll publish it on Giveth Medium profile. So that's done. And by end of this week, I'm aiming we should have all 7 up on Medium. Besides that, on home. So yeah, after that, we will pause the SEO effort because, we aimed for a particular number for this quarter and we are already there. So yeah, after this, we will really pause. On homepage, I'm working with Marco and Mo on the design. So they have started working on the final design. So by end of this week, they will close that final design. So I'm just resolving their queries as and when they have. But once that final design is done, I will send it to you all for review, for your comments, and once approved, we will move ahead towards development. And because Mitch told that the developers really need to focus on some paid projects, which is why we are not working on any other website page after the homepage. So yeah, after this, this effort will also pause till we get a go ahead from Mitch. Then on the marketing campaign, so this Giving Tuesday thing is in combination with the paid marketing of SEO. So once all the SEO pages are up by end of this week, we will also start, putting together or compiling all the social media posts or paid campaign, post for Giving Tuesday, which will be close to end of November. That's there. We also discussed in the DAP marketing call today that we have to finalize a number. So I'll put my, I'll read this on a bit, and I will also discuss this with Ahmed when we sync on a weekly call, and we'll decide on what is the right really number or budget for this particular campaign. Besides that, the second thing that is mentioned under the marketing campaign, get projects to advertise. I will prioritize this for this week or next week. Ideally, I want to prioritize for this week, but I don't know, like every day we are focusing on OP, so I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll try to work on this. So, yes. And then, yes,
on that one.
Okay, perfect. That'll be great. Also in the DAP working call, we also discussed on some sort of partnership thing today. I also want to just, research and put effort there to really think and structure how exactly we should be approaching for getting more donors or donations. So yeah, that's there. That's all.
Yeah, that's something that I was trying to put some thought to as well, based on Lauren's comments in the DAP call.
Okay, I think this is super important. The context is we need to do more Giveth focus partnerships effort. So meaning go and talk with people that would be willing to donate to the QF round, and for example, asking Giveth for advice on which would be good companies, protocols, DAOs that we can go and talk to. We have had this conversation that we feel that we really don't have a Giveth partnership effort. It's more of like a general service for different projects, but on Giveth we feel that we lack of this. So wanted to start the conversations on how we can approach this. On the DAP call, Lauren mentions that Turbi, Suga, maybe would be Algene, good to support on this matter. So I think this is really super important. We're not covering or doing enough on this. Maybe we can establish a chat, a different call, put together something to start efforts on this. We will definitely need Giveth support. So what do you think of maybe just make a separate call and define the next steps for this? This is something that sounds reasonable.
I think before we set up a call, because I don't want to waste anybody's time, is I want to talk to some people and see who's the right people, who has bandwidth, and then if we feel good that there's an actual team or people that can handle this, then like you said, Ulman. And this ties into conversations I've been having with Jake about having fundraising and all this kind of have be its own thing that somebody organizes. And I don't know. And the third point is, I'm pretty sure, Jake, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but when I think of donor relations, I think that was your first job title, no? Or was it someone else?
Exactly right. Donor, partnership, outreach. So yeah.
Cool. Well, I know you're a busy guy and with no power and a baby. but yeah.
Yeah.
All the above, but yeah, when it comes to partnerships, I can lend my partnership hand. I still
Okay.
keep in touch with like I do like monthly check-ins with all of our partners, and as I think Mitch even saw recently, like when partners aren't even around anymore, unfortunately, like some of the DAOs now fallen in the bear market, I'm dropping in GitHub to have them removed from partnership pages and whatnot. So pretty decent connections with most of our partners.
Maybe the other uncomfortable conversation, well, sorry to steal the show, Almond, is like, Lauren, I heard part of the argument or the problem that you were saying is like you think that it falls a lot on your shoulders to like pick up these things that are really important. But, and I know maybe you don't want to do this work, but like you do it really well. Like when you take it and you run it, it's usually very successful. So I don't know how you feel about that, but you don't feel like it should always be your responsibility.
Well, the thing is, I just really don't have time. Like, I just don't have time to review everything that everybody asks me to review constantly, plus manage QF, plus manage partners, plus, it's like, there's just way too many things that fall on my plate constantly. Like, even just like, okay, getting people's sizes and coordinating the DevConnect swag, and just like, little things, big things. And anyway, let's not complain too much about like my workload, but like, yeah, I don't know why I end up having to lead things for Octin as well as for Retro PGF as well as for QF. And it just like, yeah, sure, I do a good job of it, but like, I really feel like other people in our organization need to step up into a little bit more leadership and just be like, hey, I don't actually just nobody taught me how to do this. I just figure it out and I just ask questions. And I feel like we have really smart, capable contributors that have the capacity of doing that stuff that just kind of are like, well, I think Lauren's probably going to do it or something like that, or someone else is going to do it, and I really just want to see other people who can step up to this. Like, it's not so hard to think. Like, what I would do for this is be like, I'd start with asking Griff, like, schedule a half-hour call with Griff on his Calendly and be like, who are the right people to reach out to? Like, who are the right organizations? And then make a list. And then you make a spreadsheet. And then you find those contacts. Then you create a document and you write like what you would write to them. Then you ask someone to review it. And then you start hounding them. It's like step by step. It's right there, and I could do that. But so could all of you,
Cool.
Oh, I thought that my internet went down, but just
No.
okay.
No.
Cool. I agree. I definitely agree, and I think that maybe this is something that has been frustrating for some different members, that we really don't see the results, especially with the partnerships effort. So we can definitely follow these steps. I think that, again, maybe Suga, maybe Surbi, myself can be good candidates for this. So I will just start coordinating. I think that the steps were pretty clear, and we can move forward. And then let's just leave the call, because there's like weird messages happening that I don't understand in the chat. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you next week with less weird people.
Thanks, Almond.
Thanks. Bye.